Hi, thanks for joining me today on Collage of Health. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you've come back and have been to this site before and have seen other videos, thanks for rejoining me here today. I am doing a look back of Akashic record information that I got when I did the spiritual process of going into the Akashic record. I have a whole process that I do where I meditate and do some breath work, and then this invocation or um, kind of in yeah, I guess an invocation would be a good way to say it. Ask permission for the record keepers and then go in. And I can say that the information I feel is true from my perspective, but of course I can't validate its truth in the third dimensional realm. So take it for what it's worth. If it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. If you find it isn't true for you, then that is the case. So welcome back. So this is back in December of 2022. I see the High Court above, and it's what is told to me true north. And I see some ancestors, and my father-in-law says, "You have no idea how we touch you and come to you." I pull out a Akashic record file and I start to bleed out, and then I put it back in, and there's darkness. I see a Colorado senator working in the underground tunnels. I'm taken to the black hole in the void, and I'm told everything will work itself out. I see the Texas and Arizona borders, and I also am kind of pivoted to New York City and where the UN, the United Nations is. And I get a sense there's some darkness there and that money is coming up, and I'm to get ready and be prepared. The time is near. How am I doing? I ask in my role as a spiritual warrior, and I'm given a neutral answer. I'm told not to share and to watch and not engage back then. I see Jesus, I'm given a hug, and I sit at the High Council. I'm nervous. Mother Mary comes through with a rosary and a scroll, and I see in the angelic realm that I can be at two places at once, and to not be afraid and not to surrender to fear because it's not real. The next day, I see colors. I go through a doorway into light. I say I don't want to sabotage the work I'm supposed to be doing, and they said you won't as long as you stay in your heart. I see fireworks going off and war, guns, and I'm watching from above. I'm told to let people come and go from my life and not hold on to them. And at one point, I'm wearing a bird head like a vulture, and I put a protective cloth around Mother Earth. And Jesus says, "Keeper of the earth," and hands me keys. I'm told that we are our own jailers. And I see a vigil, and I'm floating above it, and there's like strings and a parachute. I'm trying to pull the veil up, and I'm feeling into my body. I'm flying above the earth, and then I crash into the earth and feel its density, and I'm more fully here in my body. I get the message that people of Jerusalem don't know what is upon them, but they will know soon. And this is back in 2022, before Hamas attacked Israel. I'm given a scroll by the High Council Minister of Faith, who hands me the scroll, and I have holes in my palms, and they tell me, "You've got this." I am feeling it is precarious. I go down steps to a hidden vigil, and they say things will go dark soon to stay in my body, that exercise is good, and lighter days are going to be ahead, happier days after whatever darkness happens. I'm told there will be a beast will be the mark of the beast. I think this is in the Bible. There'll be a mark of the beast. I see money laundering. Abortions come up. I have compassion for my fellow man. The American flag is folded up and put in a cylinder. And then I see a new flag and then a peace treaty. The Constitution changes, and then I see a baby in an amniotic sac being birthed. It's a big baby, and I feel that there is a man inside of me, and I'm reconciling my inner masculine and feminine. I see an eagle and the date of 1776, and to stay true to who I am and go to serve God. Then I go into a room with people who have long white coats and a light. I'm taken to this being with big round eyes, and I feel that there's a trap in this room. I'm stuck, and then I disappear through a wall, but my clothes are left back and I want them back. I see Jesus, and we say, that was a close one. I ask him when, and he said, it's happening now. He tells me it doesn't matter that I am ascending. I go through to the other side and I see light, and then up a ladder to the council. I look weird. I myself have big eyes. I almost look reptilian. And then I see myself as a blue ball like Gaia herself. And I'm told that there is still time to save the earth. And I feel very relaxed being in this space. I'm also told there's time to save humanity, and I am not to stop. And I ask if I should wear a shield to protect myself, and I'm told it's not necessary. There are grid workers working on the grid, and told to purify my thoughts. And it seems like we have 2 years before the ending of this chasm. I start digging and don't spend, I'm worried about spending money, but I'm told that spending money is only an issue if you're spending and wasting energy, like you're just spending mindlessly. But to spend money is not bad in itself. They tell me you'll get marching orders in the spring, and that I'll get orders when the white turns to green, when the snow melts and everything starts to get green. And I ask, is there anyone I should watch out for? And I'm told I should watch out for myself. I'm given a scroll and see a stigmata on my hand. I asked them I'd love guidance on what to do next as I feel stuck, and I see a woman stepping over a platform in a blue dress. Her legs are like stick figures, and then they disappear and she turns into the ball like Gaia herself, from form to formless. And I see myself beamed up, back into the darkness, into the void, into timelessness. Just see an eye spread outward, like ascension will help others and the earth, and just being present with what is happening within. So I guess what I'm getting from that message is that if enough of us are in this place of our own truth and divinity, our inner divinity of maximizing who we are as as a person or people, this will help. And just being alive and present for the truth that we'd like uncovered, whatever, corruption or backroom stuff is happening, which, it's been happening since the beginning of time. I think now some of this is going to be revealed. And if enough of us are here just to pay witness without getting into the muck of it. So let go of worldly pursuits, let them fall away. Jesus says to me, know your power. It is real. It rests inside of you. He brings me up to the stars, to heaven, and I meet with God. I feel unworthy. And he says, it's nothing more than what you have. I bow down, and then I vomit up this river of sorrow. Teach me, I say, and then it's thy will be done. Keep the faith, keep the journey. It isn't completed yet. I'm given a scroll and told that achievement isn't necessary to meditate and to be humble. Then I hear the saying, Lamb of God takes away the sins of the world, have mercy on us. I'm told to just show up for life and see what is to be, and to not toil with foolishness as much as. So that's a message I get all through the 2 years of the records. Don't toil with foolishness. Find your way in the dark, feel into it. I open all these doors and I see skeletons, one with light, feel through it, and then I go down into, I guess, the space. I run into Mother Mary and she hands me a cross. All my guides and Jesus are there, and I'm getting a blessing. And then I free flow into this space. I see a silver sword, a Bible, a blanket, and a scroll. And I'm given a crown as a peacekeeper. Do not be afraid. You will have time in the sun soon. Go about your day in the simplest way. You are worthy. And as I mentioned in the other video or videos, I really feel like these messages are to everybody. They're not to me specifically, that we're all divinity. We're all are sisters of Jesus. You know, we're sisters of the light, people who are, you know, into their own sovereignty, into knowing the truth, regardless of what the truth is. If we, you know, the truth can be painful when we hear things that are counter to what our belief system is. Maybe we really like a certain politician. Maybe we really like, you know, a certain way to be presented. Maybe we want to look like a, you know, a Buddhist and we get, you know, downloads from Jesus, or we want to be a Christian and we get downloads that we should be meditating and going, you know, to a meditation hall. So just really, this set of videos is for people who are willing to step out of the paradigm and hear the truth, their own truth, not necessarily my truth. And so whatever I'm reading that resonates with you is for you, even if it's something that sounds like it's for me, like a blessing, that's a blessing to you too. I ask about next year and I see a platform, a raft that is rickety. I soar high above, and I see the flag and then the Confederate flag and then Nazis marching in, and people are scared. I see a music box and fingers broken or injured, soaring high above the earth like I'm on another plane of existence, and I'm told to have faith. And I see the Star of David and the date December 13th. Never allow in anything that you don't want to experience, I'm told. Stay on your eagle's perch. And then mid-month in December, I see a crystal pyramid spinning. I go through a long corridor with eyes. I'm bumping into something, and then I find this box. It's the box of my family's origin, and I'm told I can move on, and I see this purple haze. It feels psychedelic in nature, and I'm sick to my stomach. I'm told the time is now. Enter the kingdom of heaven. I'm stuck at the gate, and they say, "Why are you making this so hard? Walk through." I walk through and I'm anxious, and then get sucked into the void, the black hole, and spit back into bed. And then I see Jesus and he gives me the Star of David. And then I see a baby and light workers around, worried I could get hurt. Not pure enough. We know the perils of earth, they tell me. I step back and see a treasure chest. I pick out a ruby and a sapphire crystal and put it in the crib. And then I walk down the golden path, this long path near the gate. It opens and the time is near. I'm told, do the work and you will be done with what you needed to do. I just want to make a comment. You know, I mentioned psychedelic. I don't take any kind of like hallucinogen, mushrooms, any of that. I have nothing against it. If it's your jam, it's not my jam. So anytime I'm talking about going into records, I haven't had any alcohol or drugs. I just use like meditation as a segue into the calmness of the mind and the invocation that I mentioned that I just made up myself. Back at that time, I actually used Linda Howe's invocation to get into the records. But over the last year or so, I've developed my own that I've been using. I see an angel blessing me and I feel unworthy. They say it is the flesh that makes you feel unworthy. Then I see a swan and a dove. Um, I'm called to a fireside chat by, I think, God. I'm afraid. I'm clenching my heart. I'm told it is written in the scrolls, blood is taken from my finger and it's put on the scroll. And then I enter a long corridor and then a door that leads to the clouds and then into the void. And I asked them, what am I to do? And they said, you are to write. You're doing it. Be careful of distractions. I see a green road ahead. Don't feel like I am a part of the upcoming hardship. It doesn't feel to me at that day and that time on the 13th of December 2022 that I'm a part of any hardship. Should I fast, I ask? Should I do these, spiritual practices like fasting? And they say you can, but it's not necessary. Just be kind. The darkness is upon you, but the light-filled days will be coming. Again, I have the Star of David on my forehead. And then on the 15th, I see like a tarot card with fighting. I go through a big door. I enter the kingdom of heaven and see Mother Mary. She says, keep going. I see another door and these polished stones, but I don't want to enter the other door. I go down a secret underground space where there's a secret society with higher knowledge. Some light, but it's surrounded with secrecy. I feel good and cleansed, but then feel fearful and feel again like I'm not worthy to be a part of this. They tell me that things are going to happen fast and to be prepared. I'm in a boardroom. I'm looking out a card window then, and I see a sea serpent coming up, engulfing. What should I do? They say, stay calm and follow the directions of your heart. I'm told that I passed the test and given keys, greener pastures are ahead. Do not play with fools. And I take like the word fool as not like somebody who's stupid, but or something like that, but more like a fool from the perspective of the tarot deck, someone who's like a beginner. Hold yourself above the fray, don't give away your power. So I guess these are messages. All these messages are for all of us. Don't give away our power, work with the fear that we have, let it be a friend, listen to it, have fun, play. God tells me, he hands me gifts. And then he pushes a thorn through my hand. I'm dressed like a queen and I'm pushed from heaven back into my body here. And I think I'll stop there. Any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. So before I close, I just wanted to also say, like, who knows if this back in 2022 was something that could have happened, but the trajectory of our life took a different path and we're on like a better path right now, or these messages, most of them, were for me. I don't know. But for me, it feels like there might be some relevance to right now in that I am being told to share now. And I think if enough of us are awake, just awake to receiving truths and awake to our own special spark and divinity, we can bypass a lot of the turbulence that could be coming if we take that path. And I'm getting definitely a lot of messages that there are lighter beings out in the stratosphere that are coming in to give us support. I have stayed off of electronic, YouTube and all that in the last, I guess, week at least. And so I don't really, I'm not following different channels. And most of the things that I was following anyway were like people who are running ultra marathons and things like that. It wasn't too much other things except, some astrologers, Western astrologers. But I did hear from a friend. I was at coffee with a friend, and she was saying that she followed some guy, and he mentioned the same ETs have contacted him recently and said that they're coming in. And he mentioned the three groups that have indeed made themselves known to me: the Pleiades, Syrians, and the Arcturians. So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, thanks for listening. Have a good day.